I'm going to be driving to a Driveshaft Place with Harvey. There's this truck right there. I don't know if you could actually see it. I'm going to be taking my drive shaft from a Sprinter to a Driveshaft Place and see if the non-serviceable U-joints can be made to be serviceable. So stay tuned for that. By the way, here's Harvey.
What's going on, guys?
I decided to kind of have Harvey tell his story a little bit. He's actually a firefighter, and we're driving in a pickup truck that has like all the light setup and sound and everything, but I wanted to kind of like, I want to find out for myself what he does, and I guess he's going to be telling me, telling you at the same time.
I volunteer with the local fire department here in town. We run an average of between 500 to 800 calls a year.
Wow.
We used to run a lot more, but as y'all know, the town me and Serge live in used to be a textile plant, or textile town. And one of the big mills, actually two of the big mills, were our fire district. And we used to get a lot of calls there for wrecks and people getting hung in machinery and all.
Wow.
But anyway, so that knocked our call volume way down whenever the mill shut down. But as a volunteer, I respond to everything from wrecks to obviously fires, whether it's a structure fire or a brush or woods fire. We respond to medical calls. I'm a medical trained first responder. Basically what that means is I can keep you alive until the ambulance gets there.
That is awesome.
Is the down and dirty of it. I got a fully stocked medical bag behind the seat. I carry all my bunker gear behind the seat. We have extrication gear now because we actually cut people out of cars. On our rescue, we have the Jaws of Life, cutters, spreaders, rams, all that stuff. I'm sure Serge will come to the station one day, and if y'all think about it and you'd like to see it, we'll do a video on a couple of the trucks or something if that's something y'all be interested in. But
heck yeah, I would be interested in that. But how about you guys? Comment down below if you want to see that video. And one day when Harvey's available, and of course I could be available at any given moment if I'm home. We'll go to the fire station because I'm kind of curious myself. You guys might not know this, but I used to, I was considering becoming a firefighter, and something that maybe some of you guys don't know if you watch it for the first time, I was a certified nurse's assistant for 5 years. So I'm also trained in CPR,
awesome.
defibrillator.
Yeah.
So you probably have all those and more.
Yeah, we have AEDs on our rescue and everything.
So you actually have that with you?
No, on our rescue truck.
And my office is, I guess, open. I keep getting calls. Nice to record.
Zimaleta Motors is always open.
Yeah, that was actually one of my friends. This is a friend that's, his name is Vadim. He's actually a millionaire. He lives in Florida. And he, I was basically, we have a lot in common when it comes to business and stuff. So he likes to, I guess, consult with me, and I'm with him. We have which I guess it's more like two heads are better than one.
Absolutely.
Strategize on business and stuff.
Absolutely.
That is really cool. We're actually really close to a fire station.
Yeah, it's to the right.
Yeah. So what else?
In this county, we can run lights and sirens on our personal vehicles, and a lot of people have
there's lights.
Yeah, there's some controls. All of this is getting redone.
You know what? I think I have a good idea why you became a firefighter. It was a good way to drive fast.
Yeah,
sirens.
Get you out of tickets too. But,
I'm responding right now.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, a lot of times if I get pulled over, they'll say, "Oh, the red light's on. Why are you driving so fast?" It's a habit.
But I mean, it's a pickup truck. It's not a race truck, race car, obviously. So you're not like breaking like any laws and stuff.
No, the rule. But
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, the rule of speed is we really don't have a set speed limit.
I mean, you're a responder. I mean,
yeah, but the way it works is we still have to obey all traffic laws.
Of course.
We still have to fully stop at red lights, even though you're running lights and sirens. You have to fully stop. Make sure everybody in that intersection sees you. They stop. And whenever they stop, it is just a courteous, and they let you go through. As far as the speed limits go, as me, I say, don't go over 10 miles an hour with a posted speed limit. But there's no written rule of that. They say due regard, which if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, there's nobody on the roads, you can run a little faster than you could at 5 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody's off work.
And actually, Harley, of course, some of our viewers don't know, but the place where we live, like where we actually at, we're like in the county.
Yeah.
And there's like not a lot of cars on the roads.
No.
By the way, Harvey, what is this place? Is this even open? Like this looks like a big distribution center, but it doesn't seem busy.
Actually, what that was, this is part of our fire district here. The big brick building was one of Springs Mills. It was the bleachery plant. That's where they dyed all the clothes and all the fabrics and all that. The little white building there was the distribution plant that they come up with. This building here was customer service.
Wow.
That's where they handled all of the orders and all that stuff. This building straight ahead was the Springs store. And what that was is regular people from town could go and buy Springs sheets and towels and everything they made. You could purchase them there. And,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they made sheets and towels and stuff like that for a lot of hotels and just anywhere. I mean, used to you could buy spring stuff at Walmart.
Really?
And whenever they shut down and moved to Brazil, whenever the old man died, of course, because you can make everything cheaper in Brazil, the kids that took it over, I say kids, they're adults, but
well, they're adults, but they're obviously kids.
But they didn't want to deal with the hassle, so they shut it down.
What's this place?
That's Fancy Pockets. It's a bakery. It's a gluten-free bakery where they make pastries and stuff.
Open to public?
It's not open yet.
Oh, really? It's new.
It's new. They're fighting a legal battle right now because they're a Canadian company, and it's got something to do with Canadian ingredients coming down here. So I don't really know the whole story behind it, but they're not open yet. They're not making anything. But they've been there for like 3 years now. The building's been built with everything.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt. It's just like that building came up, and I'm kind of curious on some of these buildings because I make deliveries and stuff, and I'm thinking I've never been to these places. Like, I never get loads out of them.
Yeah. It used to be in Lancaster here that Springs was the biggest employer. The big bleachery plant that you just seen was the biggest dye house in the world at the time it was built.
Wow.
And that was like a big deal because Lancaster is one of those places where you either love it or you hate it. You know, I like it here. I've lived here my whole life. I was born and raised.
I like it here too.
You know, I've run these streets. I say run these streets. I've been on the road with the fire service now for 11 years. Yeah, 11 years now. And I've seen everything, man. You know, we go from a very rich person's house that's got the latest and greatest of everything to the people that live on the mill hill that still have 100 amp service to their house that plug in a space heater and blow breakers.
Wow.
I mean, we do everybody. You know, that's the old Duracell plant.
I heard that they're shut down.
Yeah, my dad worked there for 38 years.
school bus driver that takes Kevin to school worked there as well.
Interesting fact about that plant is, I was going to stop and get some money. We'll go over there. But
we could turn around.
Nah, we'll go right up here to the other one.
Oh,
but,
yeah. The same thing.
Yeah. But interesting little fact about that place was, whenever they were in production, any AA battery you bought in the United States, the whole United States, come from that plant. That was the only plant that made
for the whole United
AA's.
States.
Yep.
Amazing.
They served the United States. They distributed everywhere. They also provided all the AA's for the military.
Wow.
They shut down because of logistics purposes. But the thing is, that plant, they could keep up with production. The other one in LaGrange, Georgia, where everything got moved to, can't keep up with the demand of batteries for some reason. It's the equipment that was there, they took to Georgia. So
but they still can't keep up.
And they still can't keep up. Because my dad says it's all because of the people that work there.
I think so too. If you got people that care, they're gonna do a better job.
Yeah, I mean, my dad worked there for 38 years. That was the longest job he's ever had. He worked at the bleacher for a little while, but he was the big man over the powder room where they made the slurry and the powder and all that. They put it in the batteries. But anyway,
you were saying about the kids when they took over, and then I interrupted you with that plant.
That's all right.
So when the kids took over, they obviously took everything to Brazil.
Yep.
Like you were saying. But one of the cool things, guys, that I've seen, I live next to Spring Hill Park. It's called Spring Hill Park, right?
It was just Springs Park.
Springs Park, okay. Yep. Yeah, I don't know where I came up with the hill part. But anyways, inside of that park, of course there's a lake there with boat ramps and stuff like that, and free parking. You could go fishing there if you want. But they had like an area over there. They had a pool and a bunch of entertainment down there, and everything's closed. It's pretty much abandoned. Yeah,
they Springs Park closed in, I think, 1991, 92, somewhere right in that area. Right about the time Carowinds become real popular. But they had a auditorium there. They had a skating rink. They had the swimming pool. They had a putt-putt course. They had...
By the way, did you want to stop by that rink? It's over here.
I'm gonna go to the one over here because we're gonna go shoot right up 200.
Okay. Because I want to make sure we don't forget.
No,
I'll actually forget. Like when I'm talking, I'll be like, I'll miss places.
Well, I carry cash. I prefer to pay things in cash versus swiping, because I'll forget how much is in my checking account and I'll just keep swiping and then overdraw. And plus, when you pay for cash, it's done and over.
It's yeah, when you pay with cash, you're a little bit more mindful of what you're spending, and with credit cards, bank cards, same thing. It's really easy to just like not see the money and then you'll spend more, obviously. Which is I'm the swiper, and I spend a lot because of that. Well, I don't really think about it. That's why I put like a transponder on my vans.
Yeah.
When I'm driving through like toll booths, I don't even want to know how much it is.
No.
Because it's so disappointing every time you have to pay tolls, because it's thievery pretty much. Especially driving through Illinois tolls, I pay like $40 in a single day just passing through there. Yeah.
I lived in Florida for a couple years now when I was going to school down there.
I have that pass as well.
And the the parkway there, man, it was just ridiculous. I mean, you get out there and you take the parkway because it's faster, and then like you said, you end up paying like $20.
Yeah.
To shave an hour off your time.
Yeah. I'm trying to now just go like, I guess, with avoiding tolls. Before I would not avoid them at all.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like when it takes you to like little country parts and stuff, because I just want to be on the highway. I don't care if it's longer.
Yeah.
But all I care is just like not getting off the highway. I just want to keep going and going and going. Like when I drive.
Your kind of work, that's what you got to do. You know, you
because I gotta drive for like sometimes 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or more. That's why you don't want to really deal with it. Like you'd rather pay the toll and go.
If we go on vacation or something, I like the little towns and all, but you know, that's just me.
Well, yeah, like if you go on a vacation, of course. But anyways, guys, that's it for the story for now. I hope you guys appreciate the little story, but the video is going to continue. We are going to the Driveshaft Place, like I said, and we're going to see if the non-serviceable U-joints can be serviceable for the Sprinter vans, because I'm pretty sure you guys are asking that question as well, and some of you guys might not even know that you have a Sprinter with non-serviceable U-joints. And the problem of that is that the Sprinter drive shaft pieces, they're so expensive. Just each piece can cost $1,300, and we have 3 of them, so that could add up really quickly.
3 drive shafts.
3 drive shafts in one. So you know they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, making money off of it.
Making money, exactly. Like I got a Ford box truck. It's just, well, it's 2 of them in there. So, but it's just interconnected, you know, type of pieces and stuff. But anyways, they're non-serviceable. You have to replace, you know, and some places might even tell you got to replace the whole drive shaft, not just like a single piece, because supposedly it's not going to be balanced, yada yada yada, you know. And then you're gonna really pay like $3,000 or more for that.
Well,
but a U-joint, how much does a U-joint cost? Like $150 less?
Yeah, less than that.
Yeah.
The good thing about this place is they do balance drive shafts and everything. So they're going to cut this one down. They're going to rebalance it and everything. New U-joints and everything. And the dude said it was going to be, depending on the U-joints I go with. But I'll talk to him about that when I get there. It's going to be like $120 for basically a whole new drive shaft.
You see?
You know.
This is why I like living in this country. I said in this country, but that's kind of true as well.
Yeah.
But we're also going to another town that is probably bigger than this, maybe not bigger.
Yeah, not much bigger.
I mean, that place is known for Walmart being a hangout place where everybody meets each other. Because we're going to Monroe, North Carolina, basically. Yeah. So that Walmart, that's where everybody like would, you know, meet their neighbors, pretty much. But that's an interesting thing that Harley said. He's getting pretty much a whole new drive shaft. He's taking his drive shaft from his pickup truck. He's gonna shorten it a little bit. They're gonna balance it for him, put like new U-joints and stuff. And look, you said $120,
like $120, yeah.
So that's a good deal. I could deal with that, you know. Plus, they're gonna do all the work.
Well, you figure $120 versus you said $1,300.
$1,300 just for one piece.
Yeah,
they're gonna replace the whole thing. They could charge you like $3,900.
Yeah.
Plus labor.
You know, you got to do your research. Yeah. I have friends that have been building race cars, and they said, "Oh man, bring it to the house. You know, we'll cut it off, we'll cut it down, and we'll weld it back together and all." And I was like, I want this thing to be reliable, and I don't want it to vibrate when I go down the road, even though the truck's gonna look like it's a piece of crap.
No, it's gonna look like a rat rod.
Yeah, but it's gonna run and drive like a new vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly, it's gonna have no more carburetor. It's gonna be a fuel injector. Yeah. Possibly ABS down the road.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I mean, you have the stuff, you have the parts.
I got everything on that other car.
Yeah, so I mean, it might be some customizing and you know, like fabricating. Oh yeah. But you pretty much got tools to do it.
Yeah, you know, I got all your basic stuff to do it.
Yeah.
I feel sure I can handle it. The only thing I may be lacking is like a plasma cutter, but.
Oh yeah, plasma cutter. Like not too many people have that.
I've been debating on buying one, so we'll see.
And all you need after that is a CNC machine. You're gonna be set.
Absolutely.
Then you could really fabricate everything. Yeah. You could probably build your own motorcycles.
We've built them before without all that.
It'd be like Lancaster chopper.
Yeah.
And he's got a good name to go with it too.
Yeah.
Harley.
Yeah.
So he could probably name it Harley and get away with it. Harley what? Like, what do you think?
Look at that. There's a sprinter pulling a boat.
Oh yeah,
There's
right
Serge.
there. Yeah, definitely. I used to be probably one of the like when I came here 3 years ago. I didn't see anybody else with a sprinter.
Yeah.
So actually, people come up to me and ask me questions about it. But guys, once I'm going to be doing like car projects and stuff, having a place that could actually you could take two different drive shafts. Let's say like just for instance, let's say I got a BMW, right? And it's got a rear end.
Yeah.
It's a rear-wheel drive car, and I want to put, let's say, like a Toyota engine in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be done. I've seen people do it before, but let's say I want to use well, let's say the Toyota's like it's a pickup truck, which would be pickup truck engine,
Yeah.
which would be you know, having a drive shaft too. So I could take both of those drive shaft pieces and I could say, hey, can you put them together for me?
They might be able to.
Yeah, and they'll be able to, because I mean, it's cutting some stuff on. They could just put another plane on and connect it, and before you know it, you got a BMW married to a Toyota, pretty much. And you know,
Well, a Lexus car is nothing but a high dollar Toyota anyways.
exactly.
You know, if you look at the windshield in the bottom corner of the windshield of a new Lexus, a lot of times they say Toyota on the windshield in that bottom left corner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Volkswagen, Audi, you're gonna have a Lamborghini engine instead of if you could find a V10
Yeah.
S, well, it's gonna be like a S8 or something
Yeah.
with a 10 cylinder. That is a Lamborghini Gallardo engine.
Wow.
The same thing that's used in you know, like Audi R8. So that's why it's an S8 with a 10 cylinder engine. I would like to have one of those things. I'm an Audi fan, and I mean Audi is Lamborghini, Bugatti, Volkswagen, you know,
Yeah.
Porsche.
Yeah.
I mean all the cars that make sense, you know, for like a race car.
Well, the Harley Davidson V-Rods, whenever they come out, and they were building the first liquid cooled engine for a Harley. It's the people at Porsche helped design it.
Yep. One of the reasons people use Porsche transmissions a lot of times in the builds, because you could take that transmission and use it for the front end, like a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't want to really say like a front wheel drive, but the drive shaft has you could have like a rear wheel drive car, like with an actual drive shaft.
Yeah.
But they also have the side pieces that's coming out, like the side mounted, you know, like.
Oh, the transaxles?
Yeah, the transaxles. So they're there, and you could flip that transmission around, upside down. I mean,
Oh, that's cool.
I've seen the people do that.
That's cool.
I don't know how that would work, but one of the car channels, I think it was Motor Trend, they were building a supercar.
Yeah.
It was a supercar kit. They said we're gonna put a transmission from a Porsche. They're gonna flip it upside down.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't know how that's gonna work with the oil pan and all, but
Who
that's what
knows?
they said they were gonna do in order to make it drive. So, you know. But when I'm gonna be doing this kind of stuff, and I will be doing it, I'm gonna just buy an auction type of Porsche or whatever car that I'm gonna be using parts from. I'm just gonna use all the parts off of it. You know, I don't want to have to go buy separate transmission, separate computer, because that's not going to be really economical.
Yeah. Plus, you got everything there.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, guys, we'll see you back at the Driveshaft Place. Driveline services up ahead, right there. Heavy trucks, industrial, gear setup, custom.
My name is Serge Zimaleta. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have Sprinter, Expedite, or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.